childhood. Say anything in they raps cause it sound good. Don't even mean what they say, horrible outlook. Y'all ain't really about this house. Y'all was in the house with it. We don't respect fake jewelry and silly outfits. Window down, blowing out great tits. New York's J. Prince on Houston Street. I caught the bounce before my even bounced the beat. I took the hard way in it, man, it's the route for me. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black, meet Joe Black. Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game? Why would I?
Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my bars on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, moving. We making movies, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This here rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh-wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh-wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot. You only get one shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread.
Madden football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Colts and the Chiefs, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team is coming in off of a win last week. They're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Bringing him out, the 3rd overall pick from way back in 2008, a guy now in his 15th NFL season, Matt Ryan.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
They'll run with Tanner to begin the drive. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Well, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. And all the pressure that goes on in these playoffs, but the first score here in the divisional round always very key.
Partner, this team handled it like it was a regular season game, that they were confident in what they were doing, came right out and established themselves early.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. And they come up here now 1st down. Now Ryan. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They give to Taylor out of the gun.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And some room to run now. And all the way down to the 35. 49 yards for him on the ground so far. A great start to this divisional round. Obviously, so much on the line here. Everything on the line this season. So important to get off to a hot start. That run certainly helps.
Definitely provided it. Nothing different than what they've seen all year long. They want to continue to ride that momentum.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this 1st quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
On 1st down, Ryan steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm is going forward. Incomplete pass. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's It's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
On third down, Ryan. Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as McKinnon decides against returning it. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit
Sometimes
better.
It's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know who their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He's able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
They'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
That is caught at the 7. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 14-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air,
Three things can happen, and two of them are bad.
Is that what
he would have kept it on the ground.
On second down, it's Taylor. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one. Is that what they say? There it is. You know, sitting down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, man.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Now it's Ryan. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Chiefs offense set to go. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. They'll try and run this one right up the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Noah Gray, an 11-yard touchdown. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 2nd and very short, Ryan.
This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
First down now, but the clock continues to move.
And that's going to be taken in by Ashton Doolin.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
From the 6. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This 4th and final matchup on this divisional round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And it's the Baltimore Ravens who will continue on as they were able to eliminate the Tennessee Titans. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Colts in that first half. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these 2 teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and it'll give the Chiefs a first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Mahomes firing complete. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
On second down, they'll run it here. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
And he lost the football. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Here's Mahomes to throw. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A nice effort and an even nicer stop from Kwity Paye. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but second and 13 here. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is up to 15 now. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. Throwing again on second down. Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Ryan will throw again.
And this one complete to Doolin.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Ashton Doolin,
31 yards.
And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good as this gets him back within a touchdown and a two-point conversion.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
And out come the Chiefs now. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to the hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
They'll roll him out right. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Chiefs are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target,
and the lead is up to 15 now. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And Ryan's throw caught by Pierce. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Here's Ryan. Delivers another one to Pierce. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll try to run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. The job one to pick up the 1st down is complete. That was a big 3rd down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit here in a 2-score game.
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be upped. And what they do is they tell the quarterback in his helmet, hey, listen, when we pick up the 1st down here, tell everyone we're going. We're moving now to 2-minute offensive phase, and everyone on the bench area, they're waving them along too. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Ryan. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, somebody thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He finds Pierce. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 37. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now Ryan. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Mahomes to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Fielded just out. Now on the return. Oh, no, the ball is loose. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So Matt Ryan of the offense down by 11, a little over 50 seconds remaining. It's certainly a tough situation on the road, needing 2 scores to stay alive in the playoffs as they come up 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Ryan.
Pass complete to Taylor. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short game. The Chiefs going to play on another week as we say so long, everybody.
Yeah.